this evening would not be possible with some really key folks. But if you looked up the word commitment in the dictionary, I can tell you, you are going to find the faces of the committee that works putting this thing together. I'd like the committee members, please, to just rise wherever you are. If you can all rise, committee members, if you can all stand. Committee members, if you can all stand. Unbelievable commitment. Unbelievable commitment. And to start things off, I want to call on the leaders of this group, because without them, this night would not be possible, but the leaders of this group, ladies and gentlemen, Ennio, Lucy, and Vanessa Liegghio. Come on up.
Unity. If you look up the word, what does it mean? It means unit. If you look at the first three letters, what does it mean? U, N, I. This wouldn't be possible without you and us to bring it to the level where it's been at. So give yourselves a round of applause. That Life for Luke Foundation wouldn't be where it's at without the guests, our sponsors, and the banquet halls that we've held it at over the last 9 years. Give yourselves a round. And I'd like all the participants from the high school where Vanessa goes to also come into this photo, because without them, all these decorations, the painting of the rainbow wouldn't be possible. This is one big committee, and it's a true example of unity.
So let's have all the committee members make their way to the center. And he is the author of over 200 articles in scientific journals. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Joe Clarke.
Thank you very much. That introduction must have been written by my mother. I actually consider myself one of the luckiest persons in the world, because I've had the opportunity to meet and work with people like Lucy and Ennio, who have had dedication to a cause like this that is remarkable and restores our faith in humankind. I also had the enormous privilege of attending to the medical needs of Luke. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, that Luke, even in the later stages of his disease, had a smile that would embarrass the sunrise. He was an incredible child. Actually, the proceeds from this event and the previous events sponsored by the Luke for Life Foundation have gone a long way to advancing research on the development of treatments for Niemann-Pick disease type C, one of the more common of the very rare diseases, unfortunately. Suffice it to say that we are, as a result of support from the foundation, we have been able to develop a test that will help us to find a drug that will alter the course of the disease in children affected with it. It's still early in development, but we are extremely optimistic. I did have photographs and testimonials by the various members of the research team, which I'm unfortunately not able to share with you right now. This event has personal significance for me as well, because about 2 years ago, my niece, the only biological child of one of my sisters, died of Niemann-Pick disease. She was 38 years old, and she lingered for over 10 years with a progressive neurological disorder, which at the time, to my intense embarrassment, went undiagnosed. Although I was never involved with her medical care, it never occurred to me that she might have Niemann-Pick disease. The diagnosis was made after death. But of course, this makes events like this particularly poignant for me when I see the number of people here who are committed to supporting research on finding a cure for this terrible, terrible illness. I won't keep you a long time. What I will do is remind you that when you make a bid tonight on the many wonderful things that are displayed here at the auction or at the open auction later, you're actually doing two things. You're creating the opportunity to get something that you couldn't live without, but you're also contributing in an important way to the support for research into finding a cure for Niemann-Pick disease. And so I urge you to get out there and make your bids and join with all the rest of us in supporting research on Niemann-Pick disease. Thank you very much for your attention.
Big round of applause for Dr. Joe Clarke. Put your hands together for Daniel Panetta.
Thank you very much. Before I start,